What is up? Welcome back to the Bleach Boys. We've got so much Bleach news to talk about today. 3 Club Outside questions. 2 of them are good. One of them is just about public transportation. We're celebrating Tite Kubo's birthday, which is huge. There's another Bleach mobile game collab that's happening.
Interesting.
The Bleach Soul Resonance mobile game has a new beta coming out next week, and they've released a whole bunch of new stuff. We're going to talk about, I don't know if you guys know, the Bleach My Anime List ranking. How high do you guys think it hits in the grand scheme of all the anime?
It's got to be in the top 10.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it. And then we have a bunch of questions from you guys in the Discord. One talking about our reaction to the Yoruichi transformation scene originally, of course. Another one about which character we relate to the most. And then who we think should have their own arc in a similar sense of like Orihime, Chad, and so on and so forth. So we'll get to all that and the Seireitei Times in this episode. So welcome back, everybody. I do want to kick it off. I think it worked perfectly last time. Let's go Club Outside questions first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go right into Club Outside questions. It is another question about Renji and Rukia. It is just like the time of Renji and Rukia. Huh? Like everybody wants to know how that relationship works, how the kid works, everything about it. So the first question, why do Renji and Rukia have different hairstyles 10 years later? Also, does Renji do... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the question there. I think this is the most stupid, ignoramus question I've ever heard. Because, like, does this person think once you're in a relationship for 10 years, you guys just get the same hairstyle? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry for my fiance if that's the case. Like, that stuff. Like, that's going to be shitty. She's got 7 good years left of hair and it's game over.
Dude, okay, can I answer in Kubo's place?
Yes, go ahead.
He wanted to draw them with different hairstyles.
So there is that question. There's also a second addendum. Does Renji do his own braids?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Ichika does it for him now.
So Kubo's answer, no particular reason as to why they have different hairstyles. And he goes, as for Renji, Rukia just went ahead and did his hair like that. So
there you go.
Done and done.
Like,
answered.
Is that the reason I saw like a bunch of adorable fan art of that on Twitter?
Probably.
Yeah. I was seeing a lot of that too, and I was like, that's cute. Mm-hmm.
Next, we learned that Captain Ukitake was supporting his parents, siblings, and other relatives on his own. But what about after his passing? What happened to them? I'm really worried about it. Okay, this is actually a very sweet question.
Oh,
that's adorable.
That's nice.
I have nothing. So unlike the first question, I have nothing mean to say about this question. I think it's just a person with a really big heart. Like, because we get a beautiful scene of that in the Thousand Blower Core 3, which we loved. We've seen all the backstory there. And Kubo responds, since they're part of a captain's families, they receive guaranteed lifetime financial support from the Seireitei itself.
Let's go. You know where it's at.
This kind of reminds me, you remember like in Attack on Titan, the Marlins, how a lot of them wanted their kid to be selected as one of the Titans because they get all the financial support from the government if their kid becomes a Titan. It kind of seems like it could go just as negatively. Like you're going to have that one really poor family where it's like, you need to become a captain. You need to.
They drill it into your head.
Yeah, they got reincarnated into the Rakan guy, and it's just getting him over.
They're just like, well, I'm in the poor district.
Like, please. So I think very wholesome. Love it. I'm going to take it at face value and just say that's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous question.
I'm not going to think about an Attack on Titan scope.
I love the fact that Kubo goes, they're captains, and their family gets wealth after that too.
And there hasn't really been a fuck ton of captains, so that's like not an unreasonable thing for the Seireitei to foot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of Kenpachis, let's be honest.
Okay, true.
But they don't have families.
They have the special asterisk that the Kenpachis don't count in that grand scheme of things. Sorry. Or they're just like, you know what? Honestly, Kenpachis are typically fucking freaks and they don't have families, so we're not going to worry about it.
I'd like to think that, fast forward in the future, Kenpachi thinks of Ichika and Kazui as his kids.
Yeah. I saw a funny TikTok where it showed like the kids, like it showed like Kazui and Ichika, and it was like they're uncles, and it was all the captains just like over and over again. It was like, yeah, that's pretty scary.
Imagine Byakuya.
God help whoever decides to push them down on the playground.
They'd be rolling 13 deep showing up to that thing.
You're also gonna have world champion Chad walk up.
Yeah, true. Super true. Yeah, they're fucking stacked.
No one's touching them kids. Yep.
The last question, which is just a simple question, and they say, when you're in Hiroshima, do you use public transportation such as trams or buses? And this one is from Google Translate. So we'll hope this came out right. I used to use it when I was in Hiroshima. Now that I think about it, the station building seems to have been renovated, so I'm interested in it.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. So in Hiroshima, he did use a lot of public transportation. I assume... I don't know. I feel like mangakas are pretty safe walking around in public. Like I feel like they're not a very recognizable crew. So I would feel like Tite Kubo would be fine, but I don't know.
Unless it's us.
Dude, if I saw Tite Kubo in Japan, I would have a fucking meltdown.
Oh my god. It's like, how do you approach him without being like scaring him?
If I see him on my honeymoon, it'd be the best honeymoon I've ever had. I'm like, sorry,
Katie,
fiance.
this is the best moment.
I'll have the best moment of my life, as in my wedding, and then it'll immediately be rejected and beat by meeting Tite Kubo. Can I tell you guys? I went and got my wedding certificate or wedding license.
Yeah.
And so you can choose to get married at the courthouse.
Yep.
Like when you go, they're like, hey, we can marry you right here. Just like call it a fucking day. And they also, because we're in California, which I thought was very interesting, they offer a private wedding certificate. Did you know this? So the private one, they will not announce it. Nobody can search it up. Nobody can look it up. You're unknown to anybody but the government. But the problem with that is because it's only a few states that really offer this. If you go outside of the states, it's not recognized as a legal marriage. So, you know, it's really for like high profile, like you're never gonna leave California, and I'm sure it's probably like also New York or somewhere like that has it, and so you're never gonna leave. You're gonna be fine. But of course we did the public one, which the public one is cheaper than the private. Love that.
Way cheaper.
But so obviously when you sign the wedding certificate, this is when you can choose to change your name. You have to decide right then and there. And you can get this certificate up to 90 days before your wedding ceremony. And then you have to have the ceremony 90 days. It's sometime in that window of 90 days. You can choose to change your middle and your last name to whatever you want. Because obviously a lot of Mexicans, they do like the dash, right? They'll do like the middle name and they'll change the dash. They'll do whatever. I really badly wanted to change my middle name to like something really funny. Because like I was thinking, you know, like what if like Danger. Danger's the low hanging fruit, Jose.
I know.
But like what if my literal middle name was like Sam Super Saiyan Blankenship, you know, or Sam Substitute Soul Reaper Blankenship. And that's what it says on my ID.
Sam Ichigo.
Yeah, like anything. Like Sam. You
can go pettier.
Go ahead.
Just go petty. Just go Sam fuck Toshiro Blankenship.
That'd be so funny. So funny. And they were like, oh, like you can, once you guys sign this though, and if you leave the building with this paper, no take backsies. Like that's it. Like once you do it. And we left, and I was joking around with it. We left, and I was like, oh, I really wish I would have done it. I really wish I would have just changed my middle name. I have the most boring middle name ever, which is Michael. The most boring white person middle name you could ever have. Like you'll meet, if you get 100 white people into a room, probably 50 of them will have the middle name Michael.
Didn't one of our friends also have it?
Yeah, I mean,
James did.
It's very common. It's very, very common. So,
don't say it out loud on the podcast, but I also hate my middle name.
What is it?
You remember I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, I do know it.
Did he?
Yeah, I do know it.
Can I tell people that story?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Sam contacted me one day and said, Pythes, I need you to send me your real name. And I said, why? Because I don't want to give that out to anyone. He said, my fiance refuses to send wedding invitations to Pythes Lore Master.
Dude, I got into like a heated discussion with her. I'm like, just send it to Pythes Lore Master. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting that on the wedding invite. I'm not putting that on our Excel spreadsheet that we're tracking. I'm not putting that. I'm like, but that's his name. Just put it as Pythes.
That's what we know him as.
I've sent mail there 1,000,000 times under Pythes Lore Master. Gets there no problem.
I still don't know.
The mailman probably knows that Pythes Lore Master lives there. And she was like, "No, not doing it."
So I asked. I was like, "Okay, do you need my full name though?" And he didn't answer back fast enough, so I typed in Sai and I sent him first name, middle name, last name. And he's like, "You don't need to send me your middle name." It's like, "Fuck." So Sam now knows my full middle name, my full legal name.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm in the cool kids club like that.
That's not fair. I don't know his name.
Sorry. And how good of a job did I do keeping that secret? Jose doesn't even know it.
Appreciate it. You know what? I actually have not checked to see if you used my name on the wedding invites.
Okay. It would be written on the front of it only. So.
Can I guess your name?
Okay, go for it.
Wait, how basic is it on a scale?
Well, he never said it was basic. He just said he didn't like it.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Okay, well, you're guessing my middle name? I don't like it, and it's very white.
Do you drink Monster?
No.
Oh, shit. I was going to say Kyle. I don't know, James. That's it. I don't know.
James, incorrect on both counts.
Damn it. Okay. I give up.
I could give you a hint. My middle name is a character in SpongeBob. Correct. That's his middle name. Sam, bleep that part out so the viewers don't get to know.
They'll have to guess the SpongeBob character.
Dude, just distort it so it sounds like when Zangetsu was trying to give his name to Ichigo the first time.
Yes, only Jose knows. Okay. Jose gets to know.
I'm still going to call you Pythes.
That's why I would have said my name if I didn't want to use my fake internet one.
Dude, me and my wife were trying to figure out how we could smash both my last names together and create just one solid last name, and we could not come out with something that didn't sound like a pirate name.
Yeah.
But and I was like, dude, I would love to have a pirate name. She's like, no.
I just finished watching the 4th pirate. I guess it's the 5th Pirates. I skipped the Blackbeard one. So like the one where Will Turner's son and
that one sucks so much shit.
Yeah, so I remember liking it when I saw it the first time. I was like, that was like a good reintroduction to pirates. Like they had all the main cast come back. It had a good little after credit scene. I was like, all right, I enjoyed that. When I watched it this time, I was like, man, they didn't understand Jack Sparrow as a character, period. Like they made Jack Sparrow so unfun in that movie. Like that was a brutal watch.
It wasn't the same director, was it?
I couldn't even tell you. I watched it. I watched it with my fiance, sat down. I was like, man, Jack Sparrow. If this is the first time I met him, I'd be like, I'm not seeing that movie again. Like that's crazy. The first 3 are bangers still.
The chick in there reminds me of Bridie when she has black hair.
Okay.
It's the same face shape.
Yeah, we're starting to watch some scary movies for Summerween. So we did The Shining already. We already did The Shining, and we wanted to watch Doctor Sleep, which is a sequel to The Shining, but it's not streaming anywhere now because it's not fucking Halloween. So all the horror movies are gone. So she had mentioned let's watch the original Scream, and like that movie's been out. Everybody's seen the original Scream. And she's like, oh, it's like it has Shaggy in it. It's like, yeah, it's like that's the one. That's the one where he's the bad guy. She's like, I haven't seen it. so I'm playing a game here because if you guys remember the original Scream, both of the guys are the bad guys. So I've only spoiled half of the movie.
Oh, it's gonna be so good when she finds out. She's gonna be all upset. She's like, "You told me."
Yeah.
Wait, who gets revealed first though?
I don't remember. I don't know because right now they're setting up that. So I would assume it's Shaggy that gets revealed first because right now we're about halfway through the movie. They're really setting up the main chick's boyfriend, which is not Shaggy. Yeah. And they are really setting him up like he was the bad guy. He was there.
And they fake it out. They fake it out with Shaggy.
Yeah. Then they cleared him. Yep. So I think it's Shaggy that will be revealed first, and then
it's
Baba Booey. They'll reveal the second one.
Baba Booey.
Okay, so after this, you're definitely gonna watch the first scary movie, right? So she gets the fun part.
I said that, and she actually said that. Weirdly enough, she has seen the first scary movie.
Okay.
The next one that we will watch on our list, what she wants to watch because there's a new one coming out, is I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, that's
I'm so upset they remade it.
Yeah.
It's a remake, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one's good enough, though.
Yeah, I did like the first one.
Yeah, so we're going to watch the first one, the OG.
Oh, so she's getting Shaggy and then Daphne.
Yep. We're going to do it all. So this is a weird place to shoehorn this in, but happy birthday, Tite Kubo.
Happy birthday.
His birthday is literally today, which I guess would have been really yesterday
for them.
Japan. He is 48 years old. And as we know, born in Hiroshima, which is why everybody keeps asking about Hiroshima. So shout out to the GOAT, the creator of our favorite anime. We love him.
The man does not look 48.
And he's a workhorse, man. I feel like he only picks up more and more work. Yep. So kudos.
But this time it's work he enjoys.
He's from Hiroshima.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why Tetsuzaimon never shuts up about the Hiroshima dialect?
Maybe he
probably.
Whoa! What if Kubo's actually Tetsuzaimon?
Oh, that's his self-insert.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have one.
I mean, to be fair, Tetsuzaimon never loses in the story.
That's true. He's never lost.
Well, I have a great actual Discord question that ties into this. We're talking about self-inserts. I have a question from Tribber Rule. We love Tribber Rule. And he wants to know, what Bleach character do you each relate to the most and why?
I can do this easy, so I'm going to start it off. And it's not because I am anywhere near as cool as him, but I relate so hard to Ichigo because Ichigo just wants people to leave him the fuck alone.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Every arc in Bleach starts because Ichigo is vibing, and then somebody shows up and ruins his day. That's me.
I don't know. I think I'd have to have you guys pick one for me because I genuinely have no idea who I relate to. Chad, because we're brown?
Okay, well, I mean, that's a base level line there. You at least relate in that way. Who would Jose relate to in Bleach? Let's give it a good think here. And if anybody has a really good one for Jose, leave it in the comments, and you can.
If it's a burn, also include that.
You could go Renji because Renji pulled a baddie.
Okay.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Dordoni.
And he also got
Dordoni. I love him.
El Nino.
Yeah.
Who else? Am I going like personality wise, like a whole package? Let me just go Jose personality wise.
I guess you could, if you break me down completely. There's a lot of there's the emo boy Ulquiorra side, but that's just too many.
You're never that emo though,
No,
Jose.
yeah.
You're never like, you like the emo aesthetic, but out of even our friend group, you're never the most emo sad boy. You know.
That's true.
I feel like everybody that was 15 reading Bleach was into Ulquiorra.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm also a massive coward, so I could go with Hinataro.
I can see that.
Okay.
Well, now that you've mentioned that,
And I like history, so Shunsui. I also
Okay.
hate drinking.
Can I say, like, I feel like Can't Fear World kind of unravels this, and you don't have the strong sense of justice, of course, Jose, but I feel like if you're like a Tozen in the after credit scenes where you're just kind of hanging out, you're just there for a good time. You're just hanging out, like Wander Weiss is there, no judgment, like, just what's up, Wander Weiss? Just,
he's my homie.
Yeah, we just talking,
He's
like
my
just having
homie.
a great time, you know.
If we're talking just chilling, Jose, you are Tetsuzaimon. You're always there. You never lose, but you're just around at all times. And hold on, he also wears sunglasses all the time.
I do. Yes, thank you.
True. That's
Thank
a great
you.
one. That's so great.
And,
We'll go with
and unlike Renji, his glasses never break.
I can neither.
I have
confirm
mine.
nor
You ready?
deny that.
Yin.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
I'm just kind of memeing around,
Yeah.
you know, just like I'm just there to stir up some trouble and just move on. You know, I'm not really impactful. You know, I have a couple of cool things, but I'm really just trolling around the
trolling
Seireitei.
everyone.
You know, I'm just having a good time. Like, pick on Kenpachi. Oh, I shoot Ichigo out the gate. Oh, I tried to backstab Aizen at one point. Aizen's fighting Ishin. I'm just fucking around with Ichigo, teaching him how to fight. Like, I'm just doing
true.
something. I'm doing all the little behind the scenes, making fun of people. That's it.
That's very.
Gin had there was no part of Aizen's plan that involved Gin almost freeing Rukia just to break her spirit. He did it because he thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
That is
Yes.
such a Sam character.
Not core to the plot at all, but Gin was like, I'm going to see how far I can take this.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Also, on a meta level, you're Koma more because he's a tall motherfucker. And
Yeah,
so are you.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
he's the
true.
tallest in the Bleach.
But isn't like
lore.
Komamura like 10 feet?
It's like 9 or 10 feet.
Yeah, it's like 9 or 10.
watched-
Yeah, I watched the
I saw,
video
like,
on
a
it too.
TikTok on this.
All right. So
Did you send that to me or did I send that to you?
I think you sent it to me.
I recently got measured for my height at the doctor's office, and I'm 6'5". I lost an inch apparently.
What?
So I'm 6'5". So let's see. Bleach character. I think I'm Chad. Yeah, Chad.
Oh,
Chad
okay.
is 6'5".
I'm 5'9".
5'9".
Same.
Uryu Ishida.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
God damn it.
Also 5'9.5" is Tozen. Shinji is 5'9.5" as well.
Yeah, Shinji.
Yeah, I assume there's a lot of characters that are going to be 5'9",
Like the average
5'9.5".
height, yeah.
That 5'9", 5'10" area. Okay, so in the 5'9" range, you have Mayuri, Shinji, Tozen. Those are the three that are listed right there. This is off of a Reddit post, so believe that or don't believe that.
Dibs on Shinji.
Jose?
Cool.
Mayuri?
Yeah, so we can recreate the scene.
There you go. Yeah, great question for Triple Roll. Thank you very much, as always. I feel like he's always giving good questions, so shout out Triple Roll.
Genuinely made us think.
Okay, now go from a good one to a dog shit question.
You want a dog shit one? All right, let me go here. Let me pull up my list of questions here. Well, someone again, like they just act like I don't answer this question every podcast. Someone just asked, Sam, why are you bald? Like I didn't even write that in my notes. Like I've answered that 18 times. So there you go. We're just gonna skip past that one.
I will answer that for you. I'm gonna breathe into the microphone. He's bald because of God.
Let's talk the two Bleach mobile game news that we got. So there was a new Bleach crossover with Honor of Kings, which, shocker, is a fucking League of Legends clone. So ain't gonna play it, not interested. The artwork looks really goddamn cool for it though. They did a great job. It's Ishida, Byakuya, and Ichigo are the three characters, and they all have like their own moves and everything, so that's cool. Like the Ichigo even has a move where you can like pull out code and stuff and like kind of fuck with him. So it's a cool crossover. I've seen a lot of stuff from it. Not gonna play it, but shout out Honor of Kings if you guys are playing that. And then Bleach Soul Resonance, I feel like the mobile game we've been talking about forever. Has another beta test happening in just 1 week. This beta test is a big deal because they have updated a ton of stuff since the last beta test. So that's where we saw the new summoning animation that they showed, where now Ichigo does like a Getsuga, which is awesome. And then they showed
specifically the Getsuga from episode 1, 1,000 Year Blood War.
Yep. And then they have a guild system that they put into the game. They updated a lot of animations, a lot of cutscenes, a lot of cinematics, like almost a complete overhaul of everything in the game. So once that drops a week from now, it'll be really awesome. Now you can sign up to play, but you have to like create like 2 different China accounts and like apply to get into it, and it's gonna be random if you're gonna get into it. So it's a whole thing, but a lot of people are doing it. You can search it on Twitter. I think it's probably the best resource for that because there's a big Bleach community there. Search Bleach Soul Resonance. You'll find somebody who's walking you through how to do it. I'm excited for the game. This is the game that I have played. I got to play like
the test play, right?
Pre-alpha version of it, and even then the gameplay was solid. Was really really good. Basically Devil May Cry if you could switch characters mid like level.
Ooh, I love that.
They come in and they continue your combos and stuff like that.
Oh, that's so sick.
So
it's a mobile game?
It's a mobile game, but Jose, I was playing it on the computer with an emulator because that was the official way how we had to test it. Like that was what they said. It played so smoothly and the graphics look really good.
Sick.
So it is a mobile game, but mobile games in 2025 are incredible.
Yeah. I just don't like pressing my screen for like the buttons. I really miss the
button
thing.
I don't like that either, and I don't like how they like the joystick being the bottom left so you control it. So that's kind of tough.
I might buy like an extender, like joystick.
Oh yeah, totally. You could do that. It still controlled really well. I didn't have a problem with it, and of course, like there's a lot of auto locking and doing that kind of thing. But it's cool. It was good. So the other Bleach game, Bleach Soul Resonance. I have a couple questions from Lunia. They want to know firstly, what is our opinion, really my opinion, because I think I'm the only one that played it, on the 1,000 Year Blood War DLC on Rebirth of Souls. Has anybody else picked up the game since the DLC is popped out? Jose, you don't even have the game. Pies, have you picked it up at all?
I actually picked it up the day you were streaming.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Did you get to play with Ichigo, the new one?
He's not free, so no.
All right. Well, I got to play as Ichigo. I think he's really fucking good, of course, because it's DLC character,
broken, right?
Just how it is. I don't know if he's broken. In some weird turn of events, I guess Stark is broken. I guess shame on me.
There you go.
So I guess Stark is really, really strong. I guess my bad. I only played him once. So, but yeah.
I need answers from you, Sam. You said you have touched no other characters but Stark. What do you mean you've played him? Did you break the rule?
I think I loaded up training. Well, I've played other characters for like a brief second in training. Like when you're learning the controls and looking at the moves. So that's what I was looking at for Ichigo. I have never played him anything outside of the training thing. I've never taken him online, never done anything.
All right, so let me tell you about my wacky adventure with Rebirth of Souls. So I don't know what happened, but when I like re-downloaded the game because I deleted it to make room for some random bullshit, and it said, "Hey, we lost your save."
Oh yikes!
So go do it all again. So I rushed through Soul Society story mode. And I'm like, I can't. I'm going back to bed.
Dude, that's rough.
Yeah.
Dude, I was far, and it's a really fun game, especially the story. I just they lost my save.
Yeah, tough.
The fuck.
Well, I guess that leads into the next question from Lunia. What is our opinion on the design of the game in terms of Bleach is what they want to know. I don't really know what that means in terms of Bleach.
Maybe
like,
they're talking about the art style.
The art style looks really good.
It looked good.
Really manga true. I think it's a great art style. Would I have liked something that's maybe a bit more stylized? I can see the argument for both, but I'm not mad with what we got.
I think it looks perfect. It does feel like a Bleach game. I'm just from the old age of fighting games on like the PS2 that came with tons and hours of content. It could take you weeks to do everything in like a Soul Calibur or a Tekken or anything really. So this thing has story and online. That's about it.
All right. Well, he has 2 more questions for us. You ready? Jose, you can answer some of these. So this is not Bleach Rebirth of Soul questions. He wants to know, what is our opinion on Tokinada in terms of design and writing and all that?
Fuck that bitch.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, I think in terms of writing and design, I think the writer
was really
basically good. He was successful on what I would have considered to have been an impossible task. Where if I was the writer of that book and I was like, okay, now I need to make a villain for Bleach. The 2 main villains of the whole thing is, well, obviously if I discount the Fullbringers, Aizen and it's going to be Yuha.
Yep.
Both like iconic villains, really, especially with the 1,000 Blower anime hitting the steam that's hitting. Yuha is obviously getting up there. Never going to be as cool as Aizen, but both iconic villains, both very unique powers, very unique dialogue and views on the world. How do you compete with those two? How do I make a villain that is going to be able to stand on the pedestal next to those two? So I would have called it quits. I would have been like, I don't think I got the dog in me. I don't think I'm going to be able to create something. Tokinada, the way it ties into Tozen's backstory, the way that he's just basically doing it just to be a fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
like,
he's an asshole.
It's not even like for funsies. He just wants to be an asshole. Really good. Really good in the political stories that ties into it with the noble families. It really was a well-written character, and even if they come out tomorrow and they're like, hey, Tite Kubo here, Campfire World, not canon. Sorry, boys. I still highly recommend that you guys read it just for Tokinada, because I could see Tokinada being a character like Brawly.
Yes.
Where it just has so much fan popularity, even more than like Azashiro, that they bring this character into canon.
Yeah, and I'm saying fuck that bitch because of the things he does, not because I dislike the character. I feel like every author should make you want to feel something for a character, and he makes me hate him. I hate that bitch.
Well, what was the quote? There's some quote from a very famous author that says, "You win in creating a character by making someone feel any emotion."
Yeah,
feeling
any emotion,
even if it's like anger at the character.
It's a dub.
That's a W. And Tokinada does that multiple times.
Oh, he does. I was like, "Oh, you fucking asshole, man."
Well, he's such an interesting character because Aizen is like he's Captain Charisma, and Yuha has no charisma, but he's such an interesting guy. His views on the world, how strong he is, and the challenge of how do you follow it up? And he just makes a character who is such a dick to everyone for no reason, but he thinks it's funny. Like, he's the best. I love that I hate him. When I started the phrase, fuck that bitch. I hate him. I hate him so much.
I feel like on paper, if you were to read Tokinada, it's like, so like we have these two really strong villains. I'm going to make a villain that's just going to be like, fuck it. I'm just doing it to do it. Like, that's all. I would be like, I don't think that's really like a good design, but it's nailed so successfully where it is really good. And I highly recommend, if anybody hasn't, to read Campfire World. It's in English, officially translated. It's awesome.
And if you don't want to read please watch our original videos of them.
There you go.
Watch our react where Jose and Sam slowly start to turn on Tokinada and embrace the cult of fuck that bitch.
Yes.
So one more question from Lunia about what will happen after Core 4 for the channel. So if Bleach Core 4 ends, what are we to do with no more Bleach?
Calling it quits, boys.
If Bleach is done, we're done. Sorry, guys. I guess it's a good question. I would assume we diversify at some point. But obviously,
we can finally start doing more Fate content.
We technically have by including, My Free Run Watch, the My Hero Academia Vigilantes Watch,
Mob Psycho.
And what else have we watched lately? I think we just kind of started sprinkling that in, and I think that's a good introduction to get people to like, okay, we're still the Bleach Boys, but we also love everything else.
I remember having this conversation with Sam, and he was like, well, what do we do now that there's no Core 3's done? It'll be a while before Core 4. And I said, let's just keep doing the podcast, but we already have the branding, so we'll just keep being the Bleach Boys.
Yep.
Because that's how it all started.
So I think the Bleach Boys will probably be around forever. When Core 4 ends, maybe to a lesser degree. Maybe, once a month in a longer version. It will be like a manga. At that point, it will be a monthly manga. But time will tell. Time will tell. We got stuff in the works. There's things working. We have Anime Expo coming up.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. My wallet is going to hurt.
Anime Expo will be there. There'll be a lot of Bleach news coming from Anime Expo. And then I think in typical fashion, once they announce stuff at Anime Expo, kicks off the rolling ball of hype for the next season of Bleach. So I think we're in for a lot of news coming up.
Yeah, I want to start doing manga stuff. We should do gameplay stuff. Like there's going to be content.
Yeah, so there will be stuff. So stick around, everybody. Even if Bleach was to just erase from the world tomorrow, we'll still be here.
I would be sad.
Yes. Let's take this time to thank our patrons. If you guys didn't know, we do have a Patreon, and we would greatly appreciate it if you guys can support us there. It allows us to do even more things than what we're already doing. So that's fantastic. If you guys support us at a $25 or higher tier gets you the captain status in Patreon. Those are for the most loyal fans, and you get to be thanked every single Bleach Boys live. If you get a tier lower than that, your name could be displayed right here on the screen. Ooh,
and still,
ooh,
I like this one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That one's good. So we're gonna take a second. We're gonna go ahead and thank our captains and above. So starting from numero uno, we have PV, Matilda, Rizix, Veronica Bermudez, Pickle Rick, Batman of the Gote 13, a new name addition.
Whoa.
There. Sarah Berry, Aether Paradox, Head Captain and Bount Chilsey, also Chad Zabuelo, Braxton, Diego S3030, Rustin Pierce, Trevor Rule, and then our solo Espada, Rolando A. Ramirez, and Divine Departure, can't think of anything today. So thank you guys so much. If you guys can, we have tiers as low as $5. Anything you guys can do can help us out greatly, and you get all kinds of bonus content, which includes the Bleach Boys Captains Meeting. You get extra Bleach Boys every single week. So if you guys haven't heard enough of us yap, you want to see all of Jose's free reign reviews, all of that is on Bleach Boys Captains Meeting. You can actually access both our podcast and the Captains Meeting on the Patreon. So
yeah. Cool. And you get it early.
You do. And then, if you guys haven't already, and then, firstly, subscribe and like the video, you guys. You have no excuse. Subscribe and like the video. But join our Discord. Our Discord is the best Discord out there, period. Okay, I stand on that one. I stand on it.
There is lore in that Discord.
And
boy, is there.
We cover this lore every single week, and it's done by the one and only Chilsey. If you are a big enough person in Chilsey, or a big enough person in Discord, you get to be added to the Seireitei Times. We've had a lot of Seireitei Times this week.
Quite a lot came out.
When we last left off, we did a lot of lore shipping for Pythes. And I think that really kicked off this whole adventure that we're now on. So let's talk.
And I may or may not
Times.
have accidentally spoiled something in Discord by accident. I'm sorry, Chilsey.
So the first one, we're just going to start off casual. Birthday time. So it is Discord member Revenge 1717's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday.
It wasn't 2 days ago like he claims. It is, in fact, the 20th, and together with Jose, they had to do a birthday party.
Just knew.
About their birthday.
He just knew.
Wow. It says we gather here today to wish happy birthday to these two weebs, Revenge 1717. Do you take Jose to be your birthday partner? So
that's obviously a yes. Come on.
So big congrats to both Revenge 17. Happy birthday, Revenge. Jose, happy birthday. I think we're on like number 7 or something like that. So big congrats. The next article, Seireitei Times, Pythes finds robot love.
Oh, forbidden love?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm blushing now,
and
boys.
This is a long okay? After declaring himself a robo-racist, Pythes finds himself in a mental struggle when he meets R2-D2 and wants the droid to feel what Pythes feels, robot love. Pythes tells R2-D2, I want to help you pass the Turing test, and the first step is being with me. The two droids travel the world and see all the wonders of life together, forming a bond stronger than anything humans can feel. But there's been trouble in paradise when Pythes' old rival / fling returns. Mr. Robot claims Pythes has been seeing them both. And the news of Pythes being unfaithful short-circuited R2-D2's love circuit, and he fled.
No.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Robot, of course, is represented by Wally, just so everybody knows.
I saw this shit in Discord, and I responded to it, and Chilsey was like, way to spoil the next issue, asshole.
So the next issue is Pythes' plan.
Oh.
And after losing R2-D2, Pythes told Mr. Robot that he never loved him and rushed to mend things with R2. His display of affection officially made R2 into a robot with feelings of heartbreak and love. Then Pythes stuck him with a magnet and killed R2-D2. He proceeded to do a cheesy villain monologue to the corpse. Stupid robot. I never loved you to begin with. I just wanted to give you emotion and feel true joy so I could end it myself. I always have been and always will be Pythes the robo-racist.
And now he hurts on the inside and the outside.
Yeah. And then, Jose, you enter the story on the next article. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
Sam discovers his love for missiles. Recently, Sam has bought instructions to build missiles off his dark web Weebs Guild account. He's taken to the skies on it, heading for Hawaii. Luckily, Plank of Wood activated his Bankai and was hot on Sam's tail. Nobody knows what happened, but 13 islands off the west coast have disappeared, and neither Sam or Plank of Wood have been found for 3 days.
Oh my god.
And it says, however, when Sam came out of hiding, he declared himself the #1 Stark hater. And then strapped Jose and Discord member Retsum to a rocket.
No,
During
Retsum!
the countdown, he roasted Nemu over and over and then sent them to Uranus.
No, I'm not hearing this. No. No.
So, the next issue, Jose and Retsum's adventure.
Hey, we got our own solo adventure.
After being launched in space, Jose and Retsum decided to make the best of a bad situation in classic Jose fashion and invested the planet. I don't know what this, he says investigate the planet. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh, investigate the planet.
Investigate.
They meant to investigate the planet. And just for the record, Retsum is his profile picture on Scooby-Doo's body.
Yeah.
So
Retsum's profile picture is Voltaire.
Yeah, it is Voltaire.
So they actually discovered life on another planet. A small tribe of Chuchi befriended them, which is another Discord member, proving that Chuchi is an alien from Uranus. Meanwhile, on Earth, Disco Dragon teamed up with Baby Nemu to save Jose from outer space. Together, they kidnapped Sam's Bankai spirit and made him assist them on the journey. Who will the Little Weebs Guild accomplish their goal? What else will Jose find on Uranus? Find out next issue.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and they become the little Einsteins as we're all on the little rocket ship on the way to save you guys, I guess.
Okay, so I actually asked, I clipped this and sent it to Retsum, and I asked, so how is space? And he said, more boring than I thought. Jose didn't give me any snacks, and I had to hunt the local wildlife.
Meanwhile, just me in utter darkness with glasses on going,
mm-hmm. Yeah, poor Chuchi.
What snacks did you withhold from him?
I had some Sour Patch Kids. You know, those are my favorites.
Those are bangers.
Oh, hell yeah, delicious.
The next issue is Sam starts another war. While Jose is in space, Sam is forced to face the public backlash for his controversial statements about who the worst waifu is. His bad-mouthing of Nanao, Nemu, and Momo have caused mass riots across the globe.
That's right.
Who's Nanao?
In an attempt to stop the chaos, infamous bully John attempts to steal Yoruichi's blood to become the best waifu himself. Teaming up with Captain Chilsey, they obtain her blood. Oh, John and Chilsey team
Let's
up.
go.
Okay.
That's too strong.
Yeah. However, unbeknownst to either of them, Yoruichi's blood turned John into cat form, Yoruichi, and now John is a female cat named Junjun.
Still like the Thunder God, right?
Yeah, of course. And the last issue for this week, Chilsey really went all out on this issue. When Sam fails, Weebs Guild won't. As the riots continue, Sam hides in his bunker for safety, leaving the dedicated Weebs Guild Discord members to clean up the mess. Omar Prime makes his monstrous debut when he unleashes all his pet kaijus on the city.
Yo.
The Godzilla protocol has been passed, so even Polar Jare barged into the city, destroying everything in his path in order to stop Omar Prime's kaijus. And since elsewhere, Pythie struggles to subdue Man-Bear Pig without the use of technology. His army of froggies join with Pickle Rick to hold back the behemoth. So we're fighting on multiple fronts here.
Damn.
So there's kaijus stampeding the city. Polar Jare is there, and a big monstrous, looks like Karya on top of tentacles is also there, messing everything up.
Super Karya.
And then Pythies and Pickle Rick are up in the mountains fighting against Man-Bear Pig. So
me and Pickle Rick fighting back to back.
Yeah, you guys are really. And then you have your army of froggies have all of a sudden hopped into the fight. So congratulations, Pythies. And then I didn't know that happened, but cool. I felt like we were told we were going to find out what else Jose finds on Uranus next issue, and then we really quickly went away from that plot.
Maybe it's been that intense that he has to digest it all.
There's a lot to write because you guys found so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, this is like those weird side chapter stories that happen in One Piece, like the first chapter,
just on the cover page. Yeah. Yeah.
They're just like randomly Jose's just going to be in the background fighting God or something.
I'm gonna get lost out of nowhere and be like, "Hello, Retsum."
That's some rut-row, Raggy.
So thank you so much to Chilsey, as always. If you guys want to see them as they're posted before they hit the podcast, you guys can do that. There's a Weebs Guild Times Discord channel in there, and you can also ask any question you guys would like to see on the podcast in the Ask the Bleach Boys Discord channel. So definitely check it out. Speaking of, I have a couple more questions.
Ooh.
And here's one from Plushy. Did you guys answer which characters should have got kidnapped and saved by Ichigo in the gang arc? So who should have got their own rescue arc? So obviously Rukia's there.
Can we exclude Tatsuki because that's the obvious answer?
Yeah,
sure. So Rukia had it, Orihime had it. We're gonna exclude Tatsuki. So who else would be a good one for them to rescue?
For everybody to rescue?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, do they rescue Uryu? Because he rescues himself.
Yeah, I don't think Uryu counts.
Yeah.
I have a good one that would kind of be like putting the shoe on the other foot. A Byakuya rescue could be good. I think it's a little bit too on the nose, but his sense of justice. Like if he was to be Chad Cops, like no, leave me. Like don't fucking come get me. Like
yeah, he would say
like don't waste your time. It's death mission. Leave me to die. And then of course he's gonna show up. Like hey, just shut the fuck up.
I feel like that's such a hard one because, damn, well, I was gonna say Toshiro because they all kind of like him.
Hey, nobody give a fuck about Toshiro.
Well, he got his own movie.
Skip that arc.
He got his movie.
Didn't they do that in the Zanpakuto arc where they kind of have to go save Yama?
They did save Yama, but I don't think it was ever really like, oh man, they're gonna kill Yama. It's like, oh, let's go get Yama because obviously we need Yama.
It'd be something that the Soul Reapers could get behind, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's really Ichigo in the gang, so it could be anybody.
Nell.
Okay.
Ganju.
Oh yeah, that'd be. Okay, you know what? Here's the obvious answer because
Bonnie.
she's on the screen behind us. She's on the screen behind us. We need the arc where they go get Holly-Bell.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool. Mm-hmm. And of course, Nell's the one that goes and asks Ichigo for help.
Which happened just off screen.
Yeah.
So I hope they add that in Core 4.
Okay. Anybody else you guys like to see?
Kenpachi. They got to save Kenpachi. He's somewhere.
Ichigo would save him.
He's in some kind of state where he physically cannot move. So they're like, we don't even need to save him. We just need to open the lock and then let him out.
He'll do it himself. All right. I have 2 more questions for you guys before.
And then it's my hero time.
Let's do it. This one is from DivineDeparture. We love DivineDeparture. He wants us to name a song for him to learn a riff or solo of the song of the guitar. So not a Bleach related question, but what would you like a riff or solo from the song? Like I already immediately have one that is Bleach related. There's a version of Number One, and I think it's
I know which one you're talking about.
From a movie, and it's an electric guitar version. Yeah. So yeah, that one.
No, do the Number One where he's fighting Aizen with Mugetsu.
I mean, I'll take any version Number One. But it seemed like it's a riff or a solo, so I feel like I got the electric guitar version.
Hit me with Backcountry, dude. You know which part I'm talking about.
What's a really hard one that we can request? Like
Backcountry needs dueling.
So I got
for solo, and it's like between triplets. I can't even play it unless it's
all
on
right.
Rock
That
Band.
one, I vote that one also. DivineDeparture. Pythes, what do you got?
Okay, I know I'm getting 3, so I want Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold.
That is a sexy solo. That is a sexy solo.
Dude, it's so good. I want Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Ooh, okay, I love that. That's such a good riff too.
And for the memes, you got to learn all of Freebird.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing.
Freebird is only really a funny answer because it goes on forever.
It goes forever.
But he only wants to learn a riff.
And then the end, I just want to see him post a video of himself doing it too. Okay. Oh my god, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, so if you got to learn Avenged Sevenfold one is easier, and then if that's too easy, go to AC/DC.
Oh, Backcountry is also Sevenfold as well.
I don't know that one. I'll have to look that one up.
It's from the City of Evil album. It's my favorite song.
Why the fuck they got so many cool names,
dude? And it's got the best quote ever that I will eventually get tattooed on myself.
Gonna get tattooed on your ass.
Dude, no, I don't know. I want to put it on my arm somewhere, but I'll eventually get that quote.
All right, next question. Oh wait, did you have one, Sam?
Yeah, the number one with the electric guitar. Next question is from Chilsey, and he says, honest question, did Yoruichi transforming for the first time shock anyone else more than Aizen's betrayal in the Soul Society arc? So was anybody else taken aback by Yoruichi being a woman when she transformed for the first time?
No, I was just
I thought he meant Thunder God Yoruichi.
No.
No, but I liked it.
It was very it was very shocking, but because it was treated with humor, it didn't hurt or anything. Aizen's betrayal was a jaw-dropping moment.
I feel like you would say Aizen's reveal hit harder.
Yeah.
Just because of the way and the drama behind it and the way it all points ended up there was incredible. Where meanwhile Yoruichi saying, was I expecting it? No, but it was funny.
It was funny, and I do remember I was watching it in my living room.
Uh-oh.
And my parents were in and out of the house that night for some reason. And I was so worried they were going to come in once I saw it. And I was I was hella excited, but then my brain was like, oh shit, mom and dad can walk in and see that anime is just nasty stuff.
How long is that period of your life? It's like 11 to 16, and after 16 you don't care. You can walk in or whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But like Aizen, the mystery is because he's dead for most of Soul Society, and that's a part of the drama. And then he comes back and he hugs Momo, and you're like, yes. And then she gets stabbed. Oh,
yup.
Really good. All right. Are we ready to pivot to what is
My Hero.
peak My Hero Academia Vigilantes?
Oh my god, it's so good.
This is the penultimate episode, which is the last, the one right before the last episode. So we have one more episode, which is going to be wrap up. I already watched the previews for it next time, so it's going to be, I love me a wrap up.
It's so good.
I also watched the previews, and I'm already mad.
I would be too.
Let me guess what you're mad about. Ready? I think it's probably the first line of the previews where it says "Master has disappeared."
I literally just show me a second of a frame of him, and I'll be happy.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
No,
these?
Do not spoil me.
No spoils.
So I'm so invested in this story.
The way this episode ended was really fucking good, really hard. The kind of like dueling scenes that we have, whereas like it's this cute little band function that's happening, and meanwhile, the fight for two people's lives is happening. And one of the saddest scenes I feel like for me from the episode, which I kind of feel like I was like, oh, like that's like kind of hits me, is when Knuckle Duster is chasing after the B girl.
Yes.
He gets the call from the hospital like, hey, like your wife's condition, like it's taking a turn, and he's like, don't worry, the whole family will be there soon. I'm like, oh, it's like fucking beat her ass. Beat her ass.
I literally, when that scene was happening, I was like, literally, could you not wait until this is over? I'm losing my mind.
Yeah. And when he got hit and like she hit him right in the fucking chest.
Yep.
And I was like, oh. I did have to explain to my fiance. She knew that the character where he was getting the drugs and the fancy knuckle dusters. She was like, where do I know that guy from? I was like, oh, he's from.
Yeah, I also asked that because I know him from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So
what does he do in My Hero?
So he is actually the one that brings on, I believe it is Toga and the lizard guy. So he's the one that introduced them into the League of Villains.
Yes.
And he's also the person that was like finding them leads and stuff for a while. So
okay, I don't remember what happened to him. Did he die?
You just don't see him, I think. At least I don't remember.
The last time we saw him, he was getting tortured by the League of Villains before it was merged.
Oh, it was before the mansion raid.
Yeah, no. Well, no. It was when they had My Villain Academia. Where there's all the villains, and they fought against Redestro.
Yeah.
And Redestro's team.
Okay, I remember.
Tortured him.
I still have to watch it.
Trying to get him to give up information on the League.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't. I think that was the last time we saw him.
Okay, I need to I did not watch that in the anime. Was it done well?
Yes, it was. It was good.
Okay, because that arc was sick in the manga.
I don't think the animation in much of My Hero Academia, aside from I think the movies and probably seasons 1 through 3, the animation for My Hero Academia Vigilantes has been so fucking good.
It's
been
good.
Really good. And I can definitely tell a lot of it is CG, but it's good. It's really well done. Good.
The electricity? Oh my god.
Like there was a time where they were fighting and they were spinning the camera around.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's beautiful. That's really fucking cool.
There's also a scene where they're doing actual fight choreography, like they're doing spin kicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, you didn't need to do this. You could have just done punch, still frame, punch, speed lines, and I would have been happy.
And I just love Knuckles Duster, like has planned everything fucking out. She's like, the more you get mad, the more you pump yourself up, you're gonna lose control. I'm able to talk to my daughter. It's like he was fucking ready.
He was so cool. And then when he tells I forget the dude's name, the dealer, and he hits him with that, yo, I need you to do this to my electroshocker thingies.
It's cool.
He's like, I'm afraid to ask. What are you gonna do with this? That part was so cool.
Even for me, I don't need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode was a fantastic parallel to like the weird music festival. What's his name? Dire Gentleman arc in My Hero.
Oh, you're talking about Gentle
Fancy
Criminal.
Gentleman. Gentle Criminal. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what else was a really touching scene in this episode is when Pop Step started doing her singing. She was singing about Koichi.
Yes.
Tsundere is gonna tsundere.
I love that. I don't know why.
Koichi had a great moment going back and getting her little microphone.
I thought that was so sweet. He's like, hey, I brought this. You use this all the time.
Yeah.
And in classic Koichi fashion, he doesn't stick the landing.
Yep.
yeah. And then I feel poor Captain Celebrity shows up. He's like, hey, I'm here. It's like, great. Can you go give me this? He's like, oh.
He's like, I just got here. Damn it.
He's like, you never let me rest.
Makoto's the best.
I hate that character so much. Captain Celebrity's the best. He's like Tokinada. I hate him, but as a character, he's so fun.
Yeah, so good. So the episode, I feel like I would give this episode a solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. This has been
the best episode so far.
Especially when he corners her and he was like, now you have nowhere to run. I knew your athletic build and stuff would run into this area.
Yeah.
And no one knows these back streets and alleys better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, the one part that I will say was gross is when he pulled the larva out of her.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
I got used to it because in Sekiro, you kill immortal bosses by ripping a giant centipede out the necks.
Oh, I always like my fiance's reactions because like he pulls it out and throws it away, and she's like, "You're not gonna kill it," and then he throws the bomb. It's like, oh, okay, all right, cool. And then he just, of course, stands for his hero pose right in front of the bomb.
Yeah,
like, all right, cool.
I was like, oh, so sick.
Like it upset me so bad because like we all know Knuckle Duster is a cool guy, and you find out he was like a shitty dad that didn't believe in his kids' dreams, which is why he's been this whole time. I need to find the B user. I gotta find the B user, man. It's the first thing we see him do in the show is I gotta find the person with the purple tongue. Yeah. And tell me what the B user is.
It was like a quick little mention, but I feel like it was a really nice moment where like they're fighting and obviously they start singing up front and he's like, "That's right, you should be up there. Like that's where you should be."
Yeah.
And I'm like, ah. And of course, the best line of the episode by far is like, no one's a better daddy than me. I'm like, oh.
Yes. I was like, oh.
I'm like, beat her ass.
So good.
And then proceeds to punch her.
Yeah. And then he has this whole inner monologue, like, I need to just, no matter who it is, like woman, villain, it's like, I just got to hit him.
Full force.
Yeah.
And he says something like, no matter what, I'm going to support your dreams after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he continues to be the best character.
Pythes, how mad would you be if this is it for Knuckle Duster and he just becomes the dad?
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he retires and is just a good dad for the rest of the series, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Like, it's done,
Now, this is way before the show started airing. I have seen a scene of later on in the series with all three characters, so I know he has to come back at some point. But I'm a big believer in letting characters run through their arcs and then letting them retire in peace.
So I think they do a very good job of all of that with all of the characters in the show.
Yeah,
so,
I think it wraps up really nicely.
Yes.
Yeah, Knuckle Duster, it was all in silhouette, by the way, so I didn't really see any details, but Knuckle Duster and Koichi looked about the same, but Pop Step looked dramatically different. So I'm excited to see how that goes.
I know exactly which part you're referencing.
Also, my heart was skipping a beat because he's giving her CPR at the end, and I don't see her wake up before it cuts to the eel man. I'm like, no, you can't do this to me, show.
Now, I don't want to be pinned a pervert for the comment I'm about to make, but I'm going to make it regardless. He technically should have taken off her bra before he started hitting
if
it.
If it's a wire bra,
EMT.
yes.
Well, they say that he doesn't know that it's not a wire bra.
Oh, true.
So I just had to do CPR training, and they're like straight up in the little kit, like when you pull it off the wall and you go to do it, the scissors is included in it because you need to cut the bra and take it completely off because you just don't know what type of bra it is, and if it has wiring in it, it'll like fuck them up.
Oh, that's true. And if they have nipple piercings,
yeah. So you see?
Yeah, you're right. Because
they say with a nipple piercing, you gotta take them out with your mouth.
I was gonna say I've never read that, but okay.
So,
I trust you. I guess you're the expert.
I have heard from EMTs that they have to just like rip him off.
Stop.
There's a chance that you might wake up without a nip.
Ew. Yeah. I am CPR certified though. If
hey, let's go.
It's an anime. It's fucking anime. You can't show it on TV. You can't show that. Also, it would be a little weird because that's her dad.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be weird. It's only weird because you're making it weird, Pythes.
That's fair. Also, hey, I need you to understand how confused and also upset I was when one of the bees is captured by some man in shadow with a glowing eye. I'm like, I don't know who that is, but I already think I hate them.
I guess you'll have to wait and see.
On a scale of 1 to Tokinada, where does this character land? Just give me a hint.
He's probably like a 7-8.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I agree.
That's pretty rough. All right.
Yeah.
Because I like B-Girl as an antagonist a lot. So how's this guy going to live up to that reputation?
They do a good job. Because, yeah, definitely I think the reaction my fiance had as well is like, oh, well, like, who's going to be the bad guy now? You know, like, who the fuck's left? But they do a good job.
It's a good transition.
Also, this will technically be a spoiler, but I don't really care. I just want to know, does Stain's dumbass show up again?
I don't believe so.
No,
I think that
I don't
was
remember
it for him.
Because I
think
thought
you get
him
Origin
cutting
and
off
that's
his
it.
own nose was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I think that's it until like he fucks off into the main series. I don't think we see him again.
Okay. That's fine. Also, man, I felt so bad when they're like, yeah, the heroes can't do anything. We're on standby.
Yeah. Which is another interesting thing where it's like that's something that you don't think about for like hero society where it's like what if they're volunteering and all of a sudden they have to stop everything they're doing because like if they call me for an emergency, I have to go.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, we're basically like employed by the city, you know, like we got to help out.
Fucking President Mike.
Like, okay, President Mike, I need you to go do your MCs. I can't. I'm on duty.
I'm on standby.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Sorry.
Thankfully, Koichi's there to save the day.
That's right. He's the true hero.
And Captain Celebrity. He fucked off.
CC. He brought the generators.
So the music in the episode was good. I liked the performances, but I could not have been bothered to give a fuck about anything happening with the concert.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I guess you two could give more a fuck because you already know what happens.
Well, I do remember like when I was reading the manga for the first time, I do remember thinking the concert went on for a while.
I feel like it took a long time.
I didn't get that from the show. So I think they did a good job. I do remember like I feel like when I read it, I was like, "Oh, we're fucking stuck with this concert for a long time."
I feel like it lasted a couple chapters.
And in the show, it felt like it really flew by. I think they did a good job.
Like last episode was wacky, preparing for concert nonsense, and then the ending was crazy. And this episode picks up right where it ended. Then they're like, "Hey, by the way, back to the concert. I don't care about the concert."
The one thing that I really liked from the concert was Aizawa and the eel guy.
Yes.
Aizawa being nice to the eel guy.
He's like, hold on a second, guys. I'll watch him for a split second.
Yeah.
That was adorable. I really like that. Aizawa continues to be one of the best characters.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that he didn't want to be there.
That makes sense.
He reminds
for his
me of
character.
me.
That's the My Hero Academia character Pythes relates to the most.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, people will be like, "Hey, Pythes, you want to go to this thing?" No. That's it. That's all I got. No.
Same here.
That's it.
Anything else to say on the episode though, Pythes?
I'm very worried that next episode is going to make me mad in a good way.
Okay.
Also, 10 out of 10 continues to be peak. I love this show. I don't want to wait for season 2, but I will.
All right, and with that, let's call this episode of the Bleach Boys. We're going to head over to the captain's meeting. I actually have a fun little game that I've created for you guys to play. So I had this idea. What if I go to the My Anime listing and I see what the ranking of Bleach is versus all the other animes that have ever existed? What, Jose, you predicted top 10 is what you predicted.
I predicted top 10, but you know, I'm going to go for my favorite number. I'm going to go 6.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna go my favorite number, which is 14.
712.
What?
Bleach rank. So I have collected a list of anime that are ranked above and below.
What is
and
top
we're
10?
Go ahead and see if you guys agree with my anime list. We're going to do that on the captain's meeting. So if you guys haven't already, check out our Patreon, and we will see you guys next week for more. Goodbye, everybody.